Wow. Hello. Gidget, Julie, Jackie, thank you. Only just got home. Hi, Dale. Hi, Joy. Let me see what this is telling me. Hold on. Hi, Mary. Hi, Joy. Okay, right. All right, so I'm trying something new tonight. I'm just trying one at a time. So tonight it's also sharing live to Instagram, but I couldn't find it. It didn't come up. I know other people, I get notifications sometimes saying that someone's sharing a live video, inviting to a live video on Instagram, but I was trying to watch it on mine. So, but it's just telling me here that I won't see any comments. If you make comments on Instagram, I won't see them and I can't reply to them. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Jane. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Gidget again. Hi, Amelia. Hi. I know the owner. I'm too nice, aren't I? I've been home for like 3 hours, so, or maybe 4 hours. Just enough time to do all the urgent disaster stuff that happened while I was away and sort of half get prepared for tonight. But hi, Marg. Hi, Robin. Yes, back and supposedly all relaxed, except that, of course, so many things happen in 12 days that immediately need my attention. I did weaken at the last minute and I did buy the internet package. So I was half keeping an eye on what was, what was going on. And we had a few disasters, many disasters, of course, but nothing that I could do anything about. So I just had to just forget it and move on. Okay, Elizabeth. So you saw the notification, but you're watching on Facebook. So it'll be interesting to see how many find me on Instagram. But unless I could see it, I can't see any comments. Carol, hi. Let me just have another look on Instagram. Maybe because it's my own page, I don't see it. Maybe if I switch to a different profile, I might be able to see it. Let's see. I'm not sure. Oh, Helen Stubbings live. Here I am. Okay. All right. So I can see it. So the issue is going to be, though, that Instagram is portrait and the other two are landscape. So YouTube and Facebook are landscape. And I can change to portrait in my settings, but not while I'm already live. Then it's going to be portrait on everything. It's going to be a smaller screen for everyone else. So I'm just playing with it tonight. I just thought it might reach a few more people. So if you're watching on Instagram and it's not a very big screen and you might miss some of the demoing when we switch to the overhead camera, then just be aware that you could flip over to my Facebook page or my YouTube channel and it would be much better there. Am I a little bit blurry? I think I might be a little bit blurry. Might need to adjust my focus. Let me know if I'm looking a bit blurry. Hi, Susan. I think it might just be a little bit blurry. Yes, let me just see. That a bit better? I think that's a bit better. Yes. Mr. Bentley certainly did. I'm just going to check he's eating something he shouldn't be eating. So just hold on a tick. What have you got, buddy? Oh, no, you're not. You're just chewing your nails, are you? Good boy. He's sitting right next to me on his bed because he missed me very, very much and he was very happy to see us. So, yeah, no, he's very... Oh, that's worse? Oh, okay. On my screen, it's looking much crisper now. Just let me see. I can see on Instagram it's pretty blurry, so maybe that maybe it's not great on Instagram. Maybe it's a different setting. I might have to play with that a bit more. I have no idea how the Instagram feed's going to work. So worse. Okay. What are you watching? Oh, Tracy, you're watching on Facebook. Catherine, your third glass of wine. Good luck to you. I'll tell you, I'm on a pure diet and off everything now for at least until I get to Adelaide next week after the cruise. It's just so much food. Hi, Julie. It's worse. On your phone. Okay, so on my screen, it's very clear. Let me go back to my Facebook feed. See what it's looking like on that. Okay, on my phone it's looking okay. Okay, so one little tip. If in the top of your live, if you just tap on it, you get 3 little dots. If you go to those 3, I'm just going to find how to do it. So in those 3 little dots somewhere, I can't, maybe because it's me, but you can change the so it might be on automatic, the resolution on your screen. So so particularly on YouTube, if you can change in the settings down the bottom, you can tap on the settings and let me see if I've got me on YouTube. I have got me on YouTube. So when you're watching on YouTube, you have settings when you're watching it. You've just got to tap on those settings somewhere. And you can change, the quality. So mine's on auto. I don't know if I can really show you that. But let's switch to the overhead and see if you can see it on that. So in YouTube, if you go on settings and you've got quality and it's on auto, and you can change that to a different quality. And if it's blurry, it might make it clearer for you. And same as on Facebook. Someone let me know last week that you can do it on Facebook as well. And I tested it out and you can. You've just got, it's just a bit tricky to find the 3 little dots to tap on. That changes your settings. If anyone, and that's because it's me, I don't think you can do it on that. No, I can't do it on my own. But if anyone else knows how to do it, see if you can work that out. Yeah, you can change it to a different resolution and it might be clearer for you. I know on YouTube all the time when I'm watching videos on YouTube, I change the resolution and all of a sudden it gets clear on a lot of the courses that I do. All right, so how we'll go with the lagging and the actual bandwidth. I don't know if you've been around for a while, you know that they sent me a new router and I only had one quick go of that before I left to see if it actually fixed anything, and we still had a couple of freezes, so I'm not sure that it's fixed yet. So let's see how we go. Hi, Lynn. Voice is delayed. I might be pushing it too much to be trying to do this Instagram as well, so we'll see how we go. Last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever I was on last too, remember we ran out of battery in my laptop and it just the live just finished. Well, I just shut it all down and went and kept stitching. Like I sat in the lounge and kept doing what I was doing, thinking, well, it had just finished. And I went in and put comments on and saying, sorry about that, my laptop died and we finished. By the way, it is plugged in tonight. And then about half an hour or an hour later, Amelia messaged me privately and said that the stream was still going. So I had to come on, reboot the laptop. I charged it up by then, go back in and actually stop the stream. I didn't realize it would keep going. I thought everything was turned off, completely turned off. The internet was closed and everything. I'd switched off the internet. So sorry if you watched that on replay. You had about 40 minutes of blue screen at the end. So we learn something new every week, don't we? This tech drives me crazy. Okay, on Facebook, you tap screen, go to settings, change from auto to 180p, fixed fine. Thanks, Carol. There's the instructions on Facebook if you're blurry. Because, and the reason we worked it out is because last time when a couple of people said it was frozen or it wasn't working, all the rest of us could hear it. So we realized it was something at your end for some people. So yeah, that's how it happened. I know, Peter, I just thought I'd shut everything because then I thought, oh God, I hope you hadn't heard me talking for an hour because we were out doing other things and chatting, and I thought, oh no, I hope the voice hadn't gone through too. But because it's done through an online platform, I think like online it was still live, even though I'd switched off from this end. So it wasn't, yeah, anyway, I had to go back in and close it. So yeah, and then I tried to go in and edit the video and cut out all the blue screen, but you can't do that on a Facebook Live either. You can't edit it. You can edit a YouTube one, but not a Facebook one. So anyway, hi Diane. Yeah, it could have been worthwhile if you'd heard all my conversations afterwards. Yes, hi Amelia on YouTube. I think you might be a new Amelia to us. And so for those that, if you are new here, you can see a little lottery jar down here in the corner. Okay, so every time you say hello or make a comment, your face, your little icon face, drops down in like a bubble into that jar, and at the end we draw a winner. And my platform's just brought out a new feature in that I can filter those comments using a word. So next time we might have a bit of fun and I might think up a secret word. And that means you only get an entry if you type that word in your question or your comment. Oh, Fiona, working hard tonight, but you've got next weekend off. I'll see you next weekend. Hi, Janie. Hi, Sars. I think you're new here too on YouTube. Hello. Is it working from Facebook? What was that? Is what working, Amelia? Is the live working? I'm not sure. More information required. Yeah, I think it might be a bit of fun, Diane, to do that because then you're going to have to guess the word to get an extra entry in there. Hi, Marjo. I think you're new here too. Welcome. Okay, so the reason I did decide to quickly rummage up the live tonight is that oh, the jar. No, it's not working for Facebook. It's working through my platform. So it's working through Be Live. What do you do next week in SA? The Handorf. It's with Patchwork by C. What is it called? Stitch, Inspire. No, Inspire, Stitch, and something in Handorf next weekend, Catherine. So I bring Matilda back on Wednesday, and then I will be setting up Friday for the weekend and then flying back quickly Monday, ready to go to Melbourne the next weekend. Hi, Melissa. Welcome. Made it. We haven't actually started yet, so you're good. Okay. So again, if you've tuned in on Instagram, I can't actually see your comments on my platform. I'll just go back to Instagram and see if I can see them there. Oh, I can see a lot of people have joined, so I'll keep it on that. And then I might see comments. But if you're watching on the Instagram Live, it is in portrait and I'm in landscape mode for everything else. Oh, Inspire Stitch Dream. That's right. Thank you, Rhonda. So if you can't see very well, but you found me here on Instagram, then feel free to pop over to my Facebook page or YouTube channel, and I'm live there as well, and you'll get the full landscape viewing of it there. Yes, Janie, be ready to get your Tilda ticket tomorrow. Remember, if you haven't heard, if you're not coming to Tilda next weekend in Melbourne, they're releasing any returned and leftover tickets at 10 a.m. tomorrow, I think. So be ready to get your last minute ticket. Hi, Sue. All right. So as I was saying, the reason that I've decided to jump on tonight, even though I said I might still be away, I am home, just got home. Hi, Robin. Is because while I was away, of course, the Homespun magazine came out. And I don't have a copy of it yet, but I thought I was prepared, but I missed a few things. So one, obviously, the block of the month, this year's block of the month, the first part is released in this magazine. Secondly, I have a project in it called Fruit Tingles. At least I think that's what I've called it, because I haven't actually seen it yet, and I don't remember. But I think I called it Fruit Tingles. So that's a little bright cushion in the same sort of colours as my blocks behind me. So in the Kona, like the bright citrusy colours. Well done, Denise. I will know everything about you by the end of the year. So that's in there as well. And then we also have in there an ad for our home, Beautiful Dreamer cushion kits. So I'm just going to pop all those links in here. So you can see them all. So that was Fruit Tingles. Can I go solo on maybe? So that's a Fruit Tingles cushion. That's in the Homespun magazine. And we've got laser cut paper sets for those. So it's just fuse on, glue the edges over, and then I machine applique all this down by machine. We can do it by hand. So it's a really fun, fresh cushion. And then we also had Beautiful Dreamer cushion in there as well. So that cushion, it's an older one, but that is in the Simply Applique book. So a lot of people have got the Simply Applique book, and every time they see this cushion, they say, oh, can I have the pattern? And I like say, well, you've already got it. It's in the book. But we have also today, I've released it as a standalone pattern. So you can buy a standalone pattern. You can buy the fabric kit with the papers. They're not laser cut papers, sadly. It's just applique paper and you have to trace. I suppose I could get around to doing that, but at the moment, poor old shed guy's still head down, bum up, cutting block of the month papers, so I'm not going to add it to his stream yet. But that is also in the magazine. So yeah, I thought the Fruit Tingles was really fun and fresh and bright. So Joe's been fielding a heap of inquiries about that, and I didn't have it ready and on the website, forgetting that it was going to come out while I was away on a ship. Anyway, she's got the listing up there and it's all good to go. Okay, so, but of course the main big event was the release of the Sunshine and Lollipops block of the month by Annie Downs of Hatched and Patched, first issue in the February issue of Homespun. Now I didn't realize we've sold out at the moment of the full fabric kits for the quilt. We've got enough Tilda fabrics for more, but not of the background, and even the threads we've sold out of as well. So I think the next round of fabrics for this doesn't come till March or April. So if anyone needs to pre-order, if they can't find a shop that still has some left, then you'll be waiting for the next installment in March or April. Having said that, we have got the Tilda fabrics left. So we've just done up an option of just buying the Tilda fabrics, and you can get your own background fabric and use your own threads if you want to. We do have a few of the stitchery panels left, but again, once they're gone, we'll be waiting for the next printing. Sylvia, are we getting them in? If you're meaning the Tilda fabrics, we've already got them, but we've sold out of the full kits. We've just got the Tilda ones left. The rest is on back order for the next shipment, so which will take a little while. So, okay, so that's all of that. But in the meantime, let's go back to what we're going to demo. So I did promise you that I would demo on our Thursday Night Lives all the different bits of the quilt. Now, mainly the bits that use our paper packs that we're providing. So worked with Annie this year to provide all the template packs for the project. Now, Annie obviously uses traditional needle turn applique. And she's also said that there's English paper piecing in it, but it's not really English paper piecing. I think I've said this before, because they're not actually, the shapes aren't pieced together. They're just folded over the paper templates and then appliqued onto the background, which means it was perfect. Well, I would think the only way to do it would be with our, or the easiest way, I'm biased of course, is with our iron-on leave-in paper templates, which make it so much easier to do. So I'm not going to demo it all tonight because this project is huge. There is so many elements to it. There are pieced blocks. There are what we're calling the EPP blocks. So they're just the geometric shapes appliqued to the background. There's the little stitchery, panels. So it comes in a panel and it's got little tiny circle stitcheries on them that are just stitcheries that you can stitch on the panel. And I haven't got one here to show you because I haven't been home long enough to go to the shop and get one. But that's just all the tiny round circle stitcheries. And then there is applique, a lot of applique, so turned edge applique or needle turn applique. And then those applique blocks have got stitchery elements on them as well. So I'm not going to be demoing it all tonight, and I'm not going to be demoing everything in the quilt, but I won't be demoing the pieced blocks. The instructions are all in there step by step for just general basic rotary cutting and machine piecing. If you need help with that, then there's other places you can get help with that. But I will be demoing anything that we have made templates for those that are using the templates and using our iron-on easy app method rather than the traditional needle turn method. The Fruit Tingles pattern is in the magazine, so the kit is just the fabrics and the papers, but the pattern is in the magazine. I think I get my copyright back maybe 6 months later, and I could put it into a pattern then. The book with the Dreamer pattern in is a Simply Applique book, and I put the link up above, or you can just buy the pattern. Just buying the pattern, which comes with applique paper, is $19.50, or the book that has about 12 or 19 projects in it is $32.95. So it's up to you which way you want to go. And the listing where I put the link, you can choose what you want. Okay, so I thought we'd just unpack what came to start with. Now, again, as I said, I don't have the magazine. I know some people have digital versions, and therefore they're still waiting for the templates and the layouts and that to be uploaded to the Homespun site to download. If you've got the magazine, I'm assuming it's a tear-out sheet with the full-size templates and patterns on it. I just have an emailed version that where shops got sent so we could make samples and help people along. So I'm going to switch to the overhead and hope that this hangs in there and our tech works tonight. So for me, when I printed out the templates, I printed out in 4 A4 sheets, and I made sure I selected not fit to print. Hi, Anne, welcome. And I'm assuming if you've got a digital version and you download them, you'll get them the same way as this. So I printed them out, and then I had to cut down the dashed line to cut off the extra, and then I've stuck them all together. So block 1 is the full quilt, but block 1, if you can see here, has all of this. So there's only 6 parts over the year, so every 2 months it comes out. So to break that full pattern down into 6 parts means that there's a lot to do each month. Okay, so this first section is all of this. So we've got pieced blocks. We've got one big background fabric here with applique and some stitchery on it. We've got more piece blocks, more applique, and a little stitchery on here. I come up a bit higher. So this would be one of the little stitcheries from the pre-printed panel. And if I can have a look, there are others. No. No, so these ones here are just one large square of fabric, which uses the larger print fabrics to show off the large scale prints. I've frozen. Oh no. Okay. Can you still hear me? Okay, let's hide. You can still hear me, so I'll keep talking to you and let's hope it unfreezes in a minute. And all right, we'll just hope that it unfreezes in a minute. I'll switch across because sometimes that helps, doesn't it? Sometimes when I do that, it helps. Looks like I'm going back to the internet provider to say that it didn't fix the issue. All right, we'll see if that helped. Otherwise, it's going to be tricky to be demonstrating, isn't it? Okay, still frozen. I'm just going to try something else. Yeah, the stream's gone on a cruise. Oh, okay, so now my camera's switched off. All right, I'm just going to try removing this. Hi, Wendy. Working. Okay, so I'm trying something different. It just means I can't switch as well. So I'm just going to use the one camera and I switch it through my computer. So let's see how that works. All right. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's limp through this. All right. Okay, so I've joined my 4 pieces together, and this is the big block we talked about. So this block here is the big block here we talked about. And then these would be, one of these would be the stitchery. So that's what the stitchery is there if you're tracing it. Okay, so if you're tracing it, you've got it here, but if otherwise it's on the panel, and you would cut out on the line and then the line on the panel, and then you would turn it over a circle that size to get to applique it on. And then there's smaller circles here that must be appliqued on somewhere, which we'll find out later. And then on this separate block here, we've got, oh, I need to flip that now. Sorry, hold on. We've reversed it. There we are. So this separate block here, we've got the teacup with the flower coming out of it here. And then this triangle blocks down here uses this triangle here. Now, if you've got both of our template packs, we had the option of the EPP pack, which was all the circles and triangles, and then the applique pack, which was every applique piece in the whole quilt, which means it came in a pack with these hundreds of little tiny pieces. So you do need to take them all out and sort them out and find the pieces that match. Now, I just did this one tonight just before we came on, and it didn't take me too long to find it all. So when you're looking for all your pieces, you want to put them shiny side up onto your layout guide so that they match. Now, a lot of them are very similar, and it's not the end of the world if you don't get them exact. So I'm just going to remove. So here's a bird. And here's another bird. And then I've got the tops of my ice creams, I think they are. And my bunting. So they'll all be shiny side up because they need to be reversed. So until you find all the little bits. Okay, just keep working your way through until you find all the little bits, including the little tiny bits here. And again, doesn't matter if it's not exactly the same. No one's going to know if you've mixed up the order. A ladybug. There's my candle. And that must be my stem for my teapot. So down here, you do the same with these ones here. I found them. This one I must have actually done before. So that one's already fused on. And all these bits here. Okay, so you found all your bits for your applique. So you can put those into your bag for month 1. For any of the circles and triangles, we need to go to our EPP pack and find the triangles that match. Now the EPP pack is cut in 4 layers, so those ones you need to separate. Okay, you can either rub them between your fingers, or actually maybe it's cut in 3 layers. There's 3 there, until they come apart. And I think we needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we needed 5. So I'm going to find 2 piles, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this month. And they're not equilateral triangles, okay? I think they're isosceles triangles. So you have to make sure Hold on a minute. Am I still here? Have I come back? I'm still trying. Have I come back? Hello, hello, hello. Have I come back? Right. Okay. All right. You don't need to jump off. I'm here. But let's see if the overhead will work. Right. Jeepers. Maybe I should have stayed on the cruise. Echoing. Okay, no, it's echoing. That's all right. I can get rid of that. Okay. That should fix the echo. Yes. Okay. Well, who knows? I don't know. I switched off the live to Instagram though, so those people won't know what happened. And maybe that helped. Maybe that was just pushing it too far to have it on Instagram as well. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's not try so hard. Okay. So I've got all my pieces I need. Circles I'll work out later. But let's start on, we're going to start on the triangles first. So I'm going to move my applique pieces aside. Probably lose half of them. And then find my fabric. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about, I haven't got time to be trying to match the fabrics that she used exactly, but if I can find it, I will. So with these triangles, she used this fabric. I'm just going to get rid of that tab. And depends if you want a fussy cut, but this is a directional fabric. I think that is what she used. No, maybe it's not. But anyway, we're going to use this one. And then we need to have our shiny side down. And again, make sure, I just put my template page away, but make sure we've got them all up the same way. This is going to be a bit tricky because they almost serious? No, I'm back. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but I'm back. Just disappeared. Okay, I need to mirror. Unmirror. That's okay. I'm there. All right. Okay. Oh, let's just not breathe. I'll hold my breath. Okay. So it's important that you get all these triangles up the right way. And generally, I say that we fuse these on, and you can just roughly cut out with a with about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. But in this case, because these triangles are going to be going along the edge of a strip of fabric, we want a 1/4 inch seam allowance on that bottom edge to be perfect. Okay, so there's a few ways you can do it. You can just iron them on and then use a ruler with a 1/4 inch to trim off that bottom edge, or we could use that 1/4 inch on a straight edge to start with and glue side down all up the same way. Just, oops, don't flip them because remember they're not isosceles triangles. Glue down. Now, if you wanted to save fabric, then you could do it that way, and then you just have to use your ruler to make sure you cut a perfect 1/4 inch when you trim that bottom edge. It's just the bottom edge. The others don't have to be perfect. But I'm also going to, it's because the fabric's directional, I'm also going to keep it directional. And see, I'm allowing 2 lots of 1/4 inch gap in between. Okay, are we on the camera enough there? I think you can just, maybe we'll go up a bit more. Okay, so now I've got those all lined up, 1/4 inch from the edge and 2 lots of 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch gap in between them approximately. So then I'm just going to fuse down. And these triangle borders are found a couple of times in the quilt. So you'll find some more of these. Right, so our bottom seam allowance is a perfect 1/4 inch. It doesn't matter what we do on the rest, just an approximate 1/4 inch for the rest. And then just cut down through like that between the two. I could actually just cut that there first because we can have a square corner and that takes off any of the bulk. Right, and so on. So you'd cut those all out. Then we're going to take our glue pen. Sound is echoing still. Should it be now? I've got one mic turned off. Now my glue pen's empty, so I just thought I'd leave it empty and show you how to put, I know I've shown you this before, but you might have someone new. How to put a new glue refill in. So I'm winding out so that little clear plastic bit's all the way out there. See, that's poking out. And I've just taken the lid off and I pop that on there. And then I just wind all the way in until it stops. And then take the cover off. And that way I haven't broken my glue stick. All right, so again, we want them all up the right way. So they're all that way. And I'm just going to glue these 2 edges. I'm not going to glue that bottom edge because we're going to sit that on the bottom of our strip. And because we had the perfect 1/4 inch, that's going to be sitting on the bottom of our background strip. And when you sew it together, it will sew along there. So we don't need to glue it because it's going to just be going into the seam allowance. So a line of glue along that edge, fold to fill the paper, and just push it down onto the glue. And then this one. Push it down onto the glue. Now we have a little tail poking out there. Okay. So what you can do for this shape, it's not too bad. You can just put a bit of glue on the top and glue it back down under like that. And then that makes that nicely folded behind. Okay, so from the front, the nicely fused triangle. Again, I don't have my background fabric cut yet because I just got home a few hours ago and I haven't been in there. But imagine this is our strip of background fabric. I would then just be sitting that on the raw edge. Let's do another one. I'm going to glue my tail back. And then I'd sit my next one. But we do need to overlap it by that 1/4 inch so that the seam line is going to go through the point like that. You have got, no, you haven't got a template on the patch sheet for that. So you'll just have cut your background strip the exact measurement it tells you in the pattern. And then instead of gluing that under and having a folded edge and trying to hit the seam line, you just leave that flat but overlap it so that the seam line goes straight through that point there. Can you see that okay? Or do I need to zoom in? Hopefully you can see it, or you can pinch in on your phone. So once I've done all 5, I would just use my Roxanne's basting glue, couple little dots under each one, and then you can applique that down by hand or machine. I'm not going to be doing the stitching this week. I'll do that next time I'm back, which will be 2 weeks' time, because I'm away again next Thursday. Okay, so that's the triangle. So that's the EPP shapes. Just remember, the triangles are not equilateral. So there's a top to them. So you need to get them all the same direction so that they are all even along there like that. So that's the triangles. The next step is the applique, which is going to be much more involved because there's so many pieces. All right, let's come back to here. Now, again, I don't know what fabric she's used. Actually, it doesn't give a very good close-up of just the applique block that we're doing. You can see that, here's our triangle strip like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they should be matching points there. They're pieced, they're pieced. It's just a styled shot. Yeah, so we don't actually get a close-up picture of the finished applique block that we're doing today. It does give you the fabrics that she used in this block. I guess that's the closest you'll get there. So it's going to be difficult for me to match the fabrics exactly, so I'm not even going to try. All right, let's just find some scraps of fabric here. Let's do... I'll just randomly choose some. Let's do all the... I think the flags are all the same. So they're sort of this sort of colour as in the bunting. I'm just going to do them all the same anyway. I haven't got the time to pick everything. So we're flipping them so the glue side is down onto the fabric. And I'm not worried about directional up or down. So I'm just going to stack them like this. So about half an inch between, so 1/4 of an inch for each seam allowance. And then hit it with the dry iron, just enough to fuse that glue onto the fabric. If these EPP iron-ons are new to you, oh, sorry, I've missed a heap of comments there, sorry. If you weren't here earlier, we talked about going into your settings of your video and changing the quality to 1080p instead of auto, and that might help you with the blurriness or even a lower definition if your internet's a little bit slow. It's not, most of the problems are mine, but not always. Sometimes it can be fixed on your end. Okay, so then we're cutting out with that rough 1/4 inch seam allowance. So for those that are new to the EPP iron-ons or the iron-on applique templates, they're cut from our Hugs and Kisses applique paper, which is an iron-on leave-in paper. So it's got fusible on one side, and when you wash it, all the stiff parts dissolve and it just stays in the project when you've completely finished it. So you just leave it all in there until you've completely finished. And then it just stays in there as soft little fibres. It just keeps it all lovely and stable. Changing settings is only making it worse. Okay, I'm going to persist for tonight. I'll try and do a bit of a standalone video and upload it sometime early next week. It must be the bandwidth for the internet or something. because it looks all right to me, but my phone's just died too, I think. That's what happens when you, oh no, it's still here. Okay, when we've got a piece that it's got a point like this on it, you can trim the tips off of those points. Just still need to keep the 1/4 inch from the tip to the point, but it just takes away some of that excess fabric that you have to fold under when you have a tail. Okay, so then we're going to use our glue stick, fold to fill the edge, down onto the glue. Then the next side, so our corners are glued down. And then the next side. And that's our piece prepared. See, we've got some tails poking out. Depending on the shape of that corner, you might be able to just glue it back. Otherwise, we'll stitch it under, tuck it under while we're sewing it. But in this instance, I can glue those all, most of those, back underneath. That one maybe no. That one I'll tuck it under while I'm stitching it. So I would glue all those pieces over. All right, what next have we got? That might be tricky. Something with a curve. Okay, so we'll do an ice cream top. And I'll just find fabric here to use. Okay. Can't really see the shapes. I can try zooming in a bit. Okay, so I just got a message saying that it's really not working enough for you to be able to see it. Or maybe they are cupcakes, ice creams, cupcakes, I'm not sure. So maybe it's not worth persisting. Maybe I'm better off just doing a video and uploading that separately. Yeah, so if you can't see it, I don't know what's going on. I will perhaps, if it's really blurry, it's probably not worth it. Oh, now it's okay at the moment. So it must be a bandwidth issue. It must come and go. I'll do it on the black. Okay. So it's not actually going in and out of focus because I can see it as clear as day on my screen. So it must be an internet bandwidth thing where it gets, it literally goes in and out of internet. All right, I'll persist a little bit longer, but if it's really not visible, then it's not worth me doing it. And I can, okay, Joe's going to let me know when it goes to crap again. Very good. All right, so this one, I'm going to cut around with my 1/4 inch, approximately 1/4 inch, 1/8 to 1/4 inch. Now you can see on this pattern sheet here that the ice cream or the cupcake, whatever it is, I don't really know now. This piece sits underneath this piece. So when we do the cone, let's call it the cone, this one here, I don't need to glue over that top edge. I can leave that flat. So anytime a piece is sitting underneath another piece, you don't need to glue over that edge. All right. This one's going to be sitting on top, so I need to glue the whole lot. All right, I'm going to start at this sort of sharp corner, fold and press onto the glue. Then when I get to my curve, yeah, it's fuzzy again. Don't hit anything. Okay, yeah, I'm sure it's bandwidth. When I get to the corner, I'm just using a pinch and gather. like that to get around the curve. Go a bit further, and just with my nail on the very edge, just letting it feed around the paper and doing a pinch and gather. Like so. And then I've got my ice cream top or my cupcake top, whatever it is, ready to go. I think I can glue back my little tail on this one too. And so he's all ready to go. Let's do the bottom of the ice cream or the cupcake, whatever it may be. And this one. So remembering this one's going to sit underneath, so I don't need to glue that side. I'll start here. Straight edges are really easy and quick. You can just pinch with your thumb really quickly. Okay, so once I've got that done, I would then cut my piece of background fabric and put it over the top of this full-size layout guide, and I'm on a light box if I need to. And I'm going to sit that one there. That's actually the wrong one I've done. I think it's up there. So we'll just pretend it's this one. And then I would put that over the top and use my little dots of glue-based Roxanne's to baste it into place on the background. I would continue doing that for all the pieces on the block in order. Then I would sit the whole thing again on the light box and use a ceramic pencil to trace all these stitchery lines. But that I'm not going to do till next time I'm on. Tonight was just finding your pieces in your paper pack and then fusing them onto your fabrics and cutting out the seam allowances and gluing them over. Now I'm just seeing how blurry that is, and it really is not great. So I'm going to stop there because we've gone for an hour, and I'm going to hopefully in the next few days before I go away next week, I'm going to finish the rest on a video that will be nice and clear, and I'll upload the video and you'll be able to see it. And I'll put a link in the newsletter, and it'll be on YouTube and on Facebook, and you'll be able to see it much clearer because I can see how blurry it is, which is not great. So I promise I will try and get that done for you in between everything else in the next few days, and we'll do it that way, and then you'll be able to see it. So I'll be back. Let's switch back over here and see if it stays there. So one day I'll get this working right and we won't have these issues and look so unprofessional. But yeah, I'll have a lot more space to show you and demonstrate and do all the little bits, and you can tune in the next week or so. Yes, I will do the jar now, Fiona, now that you're here. I've got the rest of the week to finish off all these bits. So we'll do the jar. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Hi to Mum if she remembered to watch at 6:30 her time. I'll remember to say that. And I'll, yeah, thanks, Mark. I'll have a good sleep tonight, get the rest of the washing done, and get back into the 3,000 or so emails I've got on my inbox that I didn't even look at today when I got home. And deal with those and a few other issues. Oh, just one other thing. One of the disasters we discovered, well, not a disaster, but a mini disaster while I was away, was that the EPP packs were short 5 2-inch circles. Now, Shed Guy's been cutting these since December, as I said, non-stop. So we've cut hundreds and hundreds of packs, but because the pattern wasn't released until now, it was only just picked up by the first person who started doing their project. If you've got the EPP pack and the applique paper pack, then there's quite a large piece of scrap applique paper we included in the pack. I can't find it now, but it's quite a large piece, and it will be big enough to trace your 2-inch circles on if you don't have any other applique paper at home. I'm going to email all the shops that we've sent to and ask what they would like to do, because obviously they don't really want to have to post just 5 circles out to you. So the option is, if they haven't shipped them to you yet, we can ship them the circles to add to them before they ship. Or I can send an email file that you can print the circles. The circles are also in the pattern, so you can just trace it on that. And as I said, if you've got the applique pack, there's a spare bit of paper in there that we always include in case you lose a bit, and you can just trace the circles. So I'm not even sure where the 2-inch circles are to be used. Haven't worked that out yet, but they're in there somewhere. And then the other little mistake, which is my fault, this one, in our Mylar Circle template pack, which not many people have ordered, because if you've got the iron-ons, you don't need them. But the 2 1/4 inch circle, it was 2 1/4 inches, but I wrote 2 1/2 on it somehow. I put 2 1/2 on it, so it is the right size. It just says it's the wrong size. So I don't think that'll be a problem, because you'll just match it up to the template in your pattern anyway. But we'll fix those moving forward, and anyone who's getting their packs moving forward, it's all fixed. It's just those ones that have already got them, you might be missing some 2-inch circles. Very sorry about that. Yeah, if you're placing an order and you've got a pack and it's missing the circles, we can always add them in for you, and we'll also try and take a heap to the Tilda event. Maybe I can even try and bring some to Harndorf. So if there's anyone that's already got a pack and you're there, you can just come and see me for 5 circles. We'll fix it as best we can, but we really can't send hundreds all over the world individually. And as I said, you've got the lady that alerted us to it in America, said, not a biggie, said, I'll just trace them on my piece of paper that you included. So, yeah, but that's in the applique pack, not the EPP pack. All right, so sorry about that. I'm human, and even though I had many people check them, Annie checked them, I checked them, lots of people checked them, somehow we still missed 5 2-inch circles. Okay, let's draw the winner. Yeah, okay, I'll take some, Fiona. Yep, let's draw the winner, finish up this night of not working. It seems to be all right on this camera. It's not as blurry, is it? It's just that overhead. I don't know. I just don't know why. Lynn Wise, there you go. Hi, Lynn. I can bring your little gift next week to Harndorf for you. Lynn Wise is our winner, and I know she's coming down from Townsville to Harndorf and then to Melbourne for the Tilda event. So I've not met Lynn in person, even though she's been a follower for a long, long time and a customer and does beautiful work. So yes. Yeah, I know you can't win, can you, Gidget? But yes, it's yeah, I don't know what the issue is, but yeah, one day I'll get it sorted. Okay. All right, so I'm going to end there for now. As I said, I will get back and video this properly during the week, hopefully, and upload it all. And I can stop and start then, so I can be a bit more organized, and I can zoom in and get it nice and close for you as well. So yeah, it will be much clearer. Okay, thanks. Have a good weekend and a good week. Well, the cruise will be well and truly forgotten now that I deal with all of this. Move on to the next thing. Yeah, have a great stitchy week. Oh, I was going to show you what I did do on the cruise. I think if you might have seen my photos, but remember my mini spot-ons that we did in the last live? So I had 144 ready to go, and I finished the last ones the last night before we left the next morning. So I've got 144 stitched down. Now I just have to glue them onto my grid and stitch them up, and then I'll start doing the slow stitching, the quilting around them. I'll show you that next week. But yeah, lots of stitching in dark bars and musicals and things like that, so I'm not quite sure. Every time I'd find a spot with a light, they'd decide to change the mood lighting and turn the light off on me, so it was frustrating. And I did get 2 books read as well, so that was nice. All right, I forgot to have my gin tonight. See, I'm way out of touch. Sorry, Donna, no gin of the week tonight. Okay, that's enough rambling. Let's finish up and see you in 2 weeks, not next week. I'll be interstate without a camera next week, so it'll be the week after that, and then the following morning I'll be heading to Melbourne, so it'll be another busy night, but we'll try and pop in then. Okay, bye for now.